should be live.
Awesome. So yeah, so this is our first unboxing video for Game Reactionists. I probably should introduce ourselves first, I guess, right? So we are the Game Reactionists. I am Spectre.
I'm Rorschach.
This is Rorschach. This is our first unboxing video, and it's kind of a special one. This is one I've really been looking forward to. This is the Dead Space Limited Run Collector's Edition. So this one, like I said, really looking forward to it. I want to say it was like two something. I can't remember exactly how much.
I think it retailed like $270.
Yeah. So in a way, I kind of see this as I obviously I picked this up before the remake actually came out. So in a way, I saw this as kind of like a redemption of Dead Space 1 2008, the original one, because we didn't really have a collector's edition back then. It was kind of before the era of ubiquitous collector's editions for everything, and it was before the era of limited runs. So no matter what my thoughts were on the remake, I'm like, well, at least I'll have a cool collector's edition for a game that I love. So I've really been looking forward to this.
I'm looking forward to it too. It's a good commemorative piece for this month, especially because we have been going through our Resident Evil runs, and we're prepping for Resident Evil 4 Remake, so it's very appropriate that we're going to do an unboxing of this. It falls in line. Dead Space originally was very much inspired by the Resident Evil series and survival horror in general.
In particular, Resident Evil 4, which we got the remake of.
Exactly, so. Yep. So I think it's perfect. So
it's kind of like the season of like survival horror right now in a weird way. Even being around like the New Year and Christmas time, and we've had like 3 or 4 big survival horror games come out like back to back between Scorn, Callisto Protocol, Dead Space remake, and now Resident Evil coming out later this month as well too. Yeah. So it's just been one thing after another. It's kind of a weird horror renaissance that's going on, which I love.
It's a good time for survival horror fans. So with that said, let's take a look.
Let's get started here. So this is a big box here. So we'll kind of get through it. Of course, what I'm dying to get to is the helmet. That's kind of the centerpiece of this edition. But we have some other goodies in here as well too. I think there's like 8 other things in here. So we're going to go through that first, and then we'll get to the helmet, and we will try that out. So, looks like first thing we got here, I'm going to put the box over to the side here, so we'll start grabbing stuff out of it. And first thing we got is what must be a lithograph, I believe. Alright, so let's open that up. Let's take a look at that. And a nice little folder thing here. And wow, that looks really nice. It's nice and shiny. That's of course the box art for the Dead Space remake, which I like. I think it's kind of funny. Like, this is kind of what you'd expect the original box art from 2008 to look like. Because that's back then everything just had some guy standing on it in a suit with a gun. That was like every box art ever at the time. And but Dead Space originally had a very kind of iconic cover to it, the disembodied hand floating through space. And it was really this dark kind of thing. I love that cover. So I guess this is really nitpicky, but I like the cover a lot more. Not that this one is bad, it's just that I kind of wish they would have done more of a riff on that cover. But
still looks neat.
Still looks great, yeah. So moving along here, speaking of cover art here, we got the steelbook case here. So let's take a look at that. So we got
nice.
Planet on here, Aegis 7, of course. And on the back, you have Isaac, kind of the silhouette here with the LEDs from his helmet. And we'll take a look inside. I'm assuming there's going to be artwork inside too, and there it is. Isaac looks like he's working on his plasma cutter there. So that looks really nice.
I'm a big fan of any collector's edition that has steel books. That's like one of my few criteria required in order for me to even consider getting a collector's edition is if it's got a steel book in it. It's just something. It's nice to have a case that's like a little more commemorative of the game that you own. It looks nicer than just the generic plastic cases you get through whichever console of your preference.
And they're obviously a lot more sturdy too. They look really nice on a shelf, and like I said, they're kind of special. They're unique. They usually have special box art on them, of course. So I like a steel book. I like a nice statue. And I like to have, actually this kind of fits perfectly with what's coming next year, I like to have props and things from the game that look like they're lifted directly from the game. And that looks like that's what this is. This is a Teamwork improves safety. So this is like one of those posters you see on the wall in the Ishimura in the game. So I think there's multiple posters in here from what I remember reading. So let's take a look at that. So yeah, we got a couple here. So we got teamwork improves safety. That's a cool one there. Fire it up for work. But play with fire and get burnt. Be careful when handling fire.
That is a good message for everyone at home. Don't play with fire. Always be safe.
Produced by the CEC Work Safety Board, according to the CEC Fire and Safety. So it looks like something that's pulled right directly from the game. I like things like that. That's really cool. Like if I have space for it, I have like a little Dead Space shrine of sorts on top of one of my shelves. But if I have space for it, I will see if I can try to put these up. And then, of course, that's an awesome looking one there with the plasma cutter, of course, too.
Secure all tool guards. Proper weapon safety is always recommended.
Of course. Well, that's the thing about Dead Space. A lot of the weapons weren't actually weapons. They're kind of the sort of the improvisation of the game. It's like the plasma cutter is a plasma cutter, and the flamethrower wasn't really used for killing things. It was meant for other things. So
right.
So moving along here. We got a little peek ahead here of the helmet. So this is the instruction manual for it. Looks like hopefully it comes with batteries here. I think it does. So we will find out. We'll get to that towards the end. I think that's going to be the last thing we open on the bottom there. So instruction manual for the helmet. And a couple little knickknacks and stuff here. So we have a really cool looking marker pin. Very, very nice looking. Check that out.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, it's something to put that on like a satchel of yours, or if you have like a. For us men, it would be like a man purse, right?
Something like that, or European carry-all. Wear that. Put that on your tie and go to a job interview. Say you're a unitologist. So that looks really cool. And then another thing that I wish I had some sort of like. When I was a kid, I was a Boy Scout, so I had like one of those patch vests. You put like all your little patches you get for everything. So this is an Ishimura patch here. It looks like it's lifted right from the game. Like I said, I love little things like this. These are really cool. Looks like it's something you'd find on one of their uniforms in game. So that's actually really cool.
Yeah. Planet Cracker, Starship Ishimura. Yeah, I like little knickknacks like these. Same as you, though. I don't really have anything that I could put them on. They usually just kind of stay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a cool little knickknack to have, So we got something interesting here. Haven't seen one of these relics in a long time. This is a CD, we used to call them. We put them in like a disc player, and music would magically come out of a
speaker device.
Yeah. So this is really cool. Jokes aside, it is kind of cool to see a CD in 2023.
Yeah.
Soundtrack, of course, very fitting for the game. Love the soundtrack. I wouldn't say it's like something I'm gonna listen to in my car necessarily or anything, but a very nice soundtrack. It's really cool that they have it on a CD like this. I don't even know how I would even play this anymore. I don't have a disc drive on my computer or anything, so I don't really know how to even use it, but it's cool. It is cool to have. I like that.
Well, and the music definitely helped with the atmosphere of the game. It really helped immerse you into the events of what you were going through. I have played through Dead Space 1 Remake. Dead Space originally, I enjoyed it. I remember liking it, but it never really stuck with me. I wouldn't consider myself a super fan. That's one reason why I did not get the collector's edition myself. So far, I gotta say, I'm really liking the knickknacks it came with. You get a lot of good stuff so far.
Yeah.
So I would say you've definitely gotten your money's worth. But with the music, I mean, it's perfect. It really has that sense of dread while playing the game.
The sound design is really well done. There is some nitpicking I would do. Some of the creature sounds are changed in the games in the remake, so it's very nitpicky of me. But I did enjoy the remake quite a bit. I played for it twice. I got the secret ending, did all the collectibles and stuff to get the side quests that they added to the game. I will be doing an Impossible Round, be streaming that on Twitch as well too. So that will be coming up eventually. But yeah, that's the last thing I have to do with the game.
Cool.
I really hope we actually get a Dead Space 2 eventually out of this, but I think we might. We'll see. So this one, if this is what I think this is, I actually kind of prepared for this. I knew this was going to be in here. So this thing is heavy for what it is.
It's like a little marker.
It's a little marker, but it's made of like metal or something like that. Let's see here. Wow, that's really cool looking. Look at that.
That is neat. Let me see here.
Take a look at that.
Oh yeah, that does have some weight to it.
It's like a paperweight or something, right?
Yeah, it's a paperweight or a home defense weapon.
Yeah, that would hurt, like, especially if you get the pointy end. That would hurt like hell if you got that one, thrown at you or something like that.
And it's I guess it's resembles, obviously it resembles the actual marker, but they have the little smaller markers in New Game Plus, right?
Yeah, so you collect those. You collect 12 of those, and that's how you get the secret bonus ending, which is kind of a funny little ending in a way. It's almost like a joke ending in a way, but it's a nice little extra thing that just wasn't there in the original. So but for this in particular, I actually got one of the only things. There's some good things about Dead Space 3. It's not all bad. I think the story was kind of interesting. Kind of the explanation of the necromorphs and everything was kind of interesting. I thought, at least.
Couldn't tell you. Yeah, I completely forgot about it.
It's a space. It's kind of a space, like almost Lovecraftian type of thing.
Okay.
So, but anyways, so one of the cool things that came with the Dead Space 3 Dev Team Edition, which was their collector's edition, was a marker. So I thought I would bring that out for comparison. Now, obviously, this one is not the main focus of this collector's edition, so this one's going to be much larger. But just to kind of put them side by side. So you have your markers here. So I might just display them kind of like that, just kind of like right next to each other. And I think it's kind of cool. It kind of looks like something you see. Like, I like things you can see right out of the game. Like, this would be like a little unitology shrine you'd see in the game. Just litter all over the place,
Sure.
So there's a lot of rooms where you see that, like a bunch of little markers and stuff. So yeah, I think it's really cool. And that's not even, like I said, really the focus of this collector's edition. So without further ado, let's get to that. So,
yeah, let's check out this helmet. I'm excited.
So let's do one of these things here. Kind of
get it out easier that way.
Yeah. Nice and slow. Oh, it's kind of dislodged there a little bit. That's okay. So let's see. Put that off to the side there. Nothing debris. Oh, we missed something over here. Okay, so there is a additional poster. I'm just kind of removing that as carefully as I can. So we have another poster like you'd see in the game there.
Very cool. Safety protects people.
Quality protects jobs.
Safety
Excellent.
first, ladies and gentlemen.
Cool. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough space for that, but I will. I will try to find a way to fit these in somehow. I gotta find. I'm sure those are a really awkward size for like a frame. I gotta find a frame for those. So.
Or you could frame them in one frame.
Very true. Very true.
Do that.
So, so just so there's no confusion, I'm gonna move this one. This was the Dead Space 3 marker.
Okay.
So just so there's no confusion about what's coming with it.
Sure.
But yeah, so let's get to the helmet. We've delayed long enough here. Let's get to this helmet. So this is all kind of pre-cut that a little bit. All right. Well, we haven't really taken a look at it yet here. So, it's big. It's freaking
like
big. So, from my understanding of this, let's see. I got a little battery thing here. That's okay. That's good. So it's good to go. I think it has batteries in it already. From my understanding of this, you can actually wear this with glasses on.
Okay.
So it's
helps us dudes with glasses.
Yeah. So that's really cool. Normally you don't really have that. They kind of design these helmets just to be small and just like little props. But I mean, this is actually like
That's a good size
whole
helmet.
wearable thing here. I got some silica packets in there. Don't eat those. So yeah, so this, I'm really looking forward to this here. Let's see if I can actually turn the lighting on here. Again, let's just want to see if this actually
Looks nice.
looks very nice.
Well, now that our soundtrack keeps falling.
Don't worry about it. Man, look at that.
That is awesome.
Check that out. That looks pretty fantastic. I like it. So, yeah, it's like, I was discussing that before. This is actually made with in-game files and everything as well too. So it is this is as authentic as it can get. It's got like nice scuff marks on it even here and everything too. Like it's battle worn to some degree.
Yeah.
And used. So without further ado,
yeah, let's put her on.
Put her on. Chin strap here. It's all adjusted. It looks like it's good. I think my glasses will fit in here as well too. So, which like I said, it's kind of a unique thing. You don't usually see these helmets
with kind of that comfort level in mind. Okay.
All right.
All right. And the chin straps kind of helping out there too. So
how's it feel?
pretty comfy. It sits
Yeah.
on the head pretty well.
Can you see?
More or less, yeah. It's kind of out of like here a little bit. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, no, I mean, it feels good. It's like this is the most comfortable like prop video game helmet I've probably worn. It works really well. The light's not like too obtrusive to me. Yeah, no, I think it's pretty nice.
It looks awesome, dude.
You know, I mean, obviously it's not something I'm gonna be wearing every day on my morning jog or anything, but I mean, it feels pretty nice. Let's see. There's the chair.
I'm right here to your left.
Oh, hey, yeah. Yeah, but like I said, no, you really appreciate what Isaac went through.
Yeah,
You
no
know, I mean,
kidding.
it's you know, you got these horrifying things running at you, and then you can only really see about maybe 20% of your normal vision. So
Do your impossible run with it on. That's what you got to do.
Yeah,
Hardcore run, whatever the hardest mode is.
that'll definitely up the challenge a little bit. So yeah, maybe I'll give that a shot. Maybe that'd be kind of fun to do. I wish the visor part was like right here. Like maybe if I kind of adjust it down a little bit.
Yeah, right.
But that will be interesting. Maybe I will give that a shot just for fun. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll take this off then. But yeah, pretty comfy.
And like I said, it's pretty glasses friendly too, which is very unique for these types of helmets. So yeah, that looks awesome. I mean, that's going to just be a display piece on my shelf. Like I said, I have a little bit of a Dead Space shrine, so that's going to go on there. That looks pretty freaking awesome. I think,
Yeah.
I'm pretty impressed with it. I think worth it, I would say, just based off of that alone.
Okay.
That's going to look nice on a shelf.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, you kind of seeing it in person. You kind of got me sold here, and just looking at the detail of the helmet. Yeah, I like the visible debris marks on there, like he's taking some hits or shrapnel. Or
Yeah, I mean,
something like that. It's very detailed, and then all the other memorabilia that comes along with it. I think it's really well done collector's edition. I'd say that anybody who were to purchase this, whether you're a super fan or even if you're just a casual fan, you'd get your money's worth out of it.
yeah, I mean, I think you're more in probably the casual fan category.
Yeah.
I'm in the super fan category. I've been playing since the beginning. I've been playing since before the original 2008 one came out. I was interested in it. As soon as they started talking about, it's the thing, and it's inspired by Event Horizon, and it's going to be Resident Evil 4, but you can move and everything. So I mean, they had me hooked from the first announcement of it. So yeah, this is this sort of redeems the original game, because we didn't have a collector's edition really that was widely available for the original game. And yeah, I mean, this is pretty fantastic. I mean, 100% worth it for me. I don't like giving score ratings for things. I think that's misleading, and everyone's got a different interpretation of what's an 8 out of 10 for you, maybe a 6 out of 10 for somebody else. So
Sure.
I try to shy away from score ratings. I just try to go for simple recommended. Should you get this or should you not get this? And I think if you're a mega fan of Dead Space, 100% worth it. I would definitely go for this, unless you're so skilled with metalworking that you can make something like this yourself. I would go for this. This is a great display piece. A lot of little extra collectibles and doodads here. And of course, this came with the game as well too. We don't see that pictured here, but the game came with this as well too. So that's part of the value of the package too. But I would say even for a casual fan, like I said, I think you're pretty impressed by it. It looks nice. It's like a little conversation piece on the shelf,
Yeah, and as a video game collector myself, I mean, these types of collector's editions, these quality collector's editions, thank God for limited run games. I mean, really, they really have, ran away with giving us quality collector's editions of games you normally wouldn't see it for. And I think they do a lot of good work just on the few things that I've seen on their website, and this being one of them. I mean, this is really well done, and you get a lot of cool stuff with it. So I would recommend it as well.
Yeah, I mean they've had. I mean, it's been a lot of hits with them. I'm a pretty avid shopper on there. I've gotten the Command & Conquer Collector's Edition for the remake. I got Castlevania Collector's Edition. I got Doom. So I mean, they've all been really good quality. We're not sponsored by.
We're not sponsored
by anybody. So so yeah. So this is just 100% just my reaction to it, and yeah, I highly recommend it, especially if you're a fan. This is pretty awesome. This is pretty special. I can't wait to see what they do for the. I'm sure we're going to get a Dead Space 2 remake. I'll put money on it. At this point, that's what we're going to get. So I'll be curious to see what they do with that. If we get a cool, he has a really nice cool like helmet in that one too.
Yeah.
Maybe something else though. I don't. It doesn't always have to be a helmet. You know, it could be. There's maybe
Give
a
us
really
a plasma cutter.
plasma cutter.
Plasma
Yeah, maybe
cutter.
redeem. There's an idea. There's a good idea for limited run. Redeem Dead Space 2's collector's edition. I should have had that out. The little tiny dinky plasma cutter they gave us. Sorry if you're the person that designed that. Somebody needs to redeem that collector's edition. Make a nice plasma cutter, something we can put on our wall with pride, and that would be really cool. So there's your idea. There's your free idea, limited run. Go take that and run with it, please. I would happily buy that. And I think a lot of people would be happy to have a plasma cutter, that looks nice and authentic, that they don't have to pay $1,000 for on Etsy or something.
Yeah.
So that in conclusion, I highly recommend this. This is pretty awesome. Any other final thoughts?
No, this is a great collector's edition. Thank you for joining us for our first unboxing of the Dead Space Collector's Edition. We will be doing additional unboxings in the future of collector's editions that we'll be purchasing ourselves. And if you're not already, please subscribe to our channels, both our Twitch and our YouTube. We are an up-and-coming channel. We do appreciate any kind of support that we can get. This is going to be a baseline of our content. We'll be doing unboxings like this. We'll do one for Resident Evil 4 Remake. I have that collector's edition pre-ordered, so we'll do an unboxing of that. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We'll do an unboxing of that collector's edition. And other games too. We go after. It's kind of a variety show. We do sort of a little bit of everything. We do games, AAA games, big, small games. The next game I'm playing on stream is going to be a small indie title that's a one developer team thing. So I'm going to be playing that. So we really kind of encompass a lot of different things. Unboxing, room tours we're going to get to. I'm kind of sort of hinting at that by having it take place here for a room tour. I'll show off my collection here eventually too. So let us know how we're doing. Give us a sub, and we will keep the content rolling in for you. But so this has been the Dead Space limited run collector's edition. Pretty fantastic. We are the Game Reactionists. I'm Rorschach.
And I'm Spectre.